started here as Mississippi State will serve. McKinney Yates in the libero jersey today for the Bulldogs.
Yates, only the freshman, has gotten SEC Defensive Player of the Week 2 times already this season. She is a lot of fun to watch and is going to be a big part of State's success today if they can get some digs from her.
Logan Lednicki sends it over for the Aggies. There's a tip from Mississippi State that Lednicki is there for, and then Emily Helmuth sends it down the line. Ellie Stinson runs through that one, but can't come up with a dig, and it's point Mississippi State on a rather long rally for your opening point.
Yeah, and we're already seeing some different shots, some tips, roll shots, a deep tip into the corner. Everybody already showing that they've got several different shots in their arsenal.
Helmuth on the quick set. Point, Texas A&M.
Well, Emily Helmuth had 14 kills on Friday night's match against Alabama. Big reason that Texas A&M was able to come back after losing that first set.
Ava Underwood, the libero for the Aggies, will serve it up. Pop up. There's Ellie Stinson with a dig, and then Casapala out of the middle for the Aggie points.
Really, really nice cover by Ellie Stinson. Looked like she might have been out of position, but comes flying in from the back. And then a beautiful set to Casapala. Really, really quick. Love that they're getting her going offensively.
Mississippi State goes to the right side to get their kill. Amina Shackelford, redshirt senior, with the swing for the Bulldogs. Mary Neal comes in to serve now. Casapala takes it and gets the swing as well. 2 kills for Ifena so far.
I love this. Your middle passes the ball, reward her with the set. And she's up and so fast that Mississippi State is having a hard time getting that block going.
Maddie Walk, the setter for the Aggies. Almost with an ace, but Mississippi State sends it over as a free ball for the Aggies. Here's Logan Lednicki down the line, or a little off the line.
And you can see Casapala kind of celebrating at the end because she's the reason the block is stuck. Wide open net for Logan Lednicki. Good luck digging any ball that she's gonna hit with no one in front.
Touch on the block from the Aggies. Walk pushes it out to Helmuth. Off Walk's hands, point Mississippi State. There you see your first look at Arissa Smith.
Texas A&M puts up such a big block that you have to look for fingertips and you have to try to find that tool. That was a really nice swing by Smith, going high off the hands instead of into the heart of the block.
Newsom with a tough serve. Here's Helmuth on the right side. Finds that hole in the defense and the block for the kill.
In this particular rotation, Logan Lednicki stays on the left side, Emily Helmuth on the right. Tough pass, but I love that she still gets it done. Man, that is a beautiful swing. Got to give a shout out to Maddie Walk for a great set.
Helmuth now goes back to serve for the Aggies. And she'll get an ace on that one, the first ace of the match.
Serving has been a storyline for Texas A&M this season, Casey, and it hasn't been a good one. There's been a lot of missed serves for Texas A&M, but starting off very strong in today's match with that ace. No misses so far.
Quick on the right side, Lednicki sends it over. Back to Mississippi State out of the middle. Smith is blocked. Walk to Lednicki. Smart play by Cece Harness, the setter for Mississippi State.
Really, really tight set there by Walk. Lednicki couldn't get a full swing on it, and then you said it, Casey. Just beautiful decision right there by Harness. She's off the net, so you're not necessarily thinking dump, but she puts it in the perfect spot.
Underwood will bump set it for Humphrey. Nice dig. Down the line. It's in. Carly Schmidt with the kill for the Bulldogs.
Both teams swinging very well right now, hitting 455 apiece.
Casopala, Mary Neal is there. Here's Schmidt, blocked, dug out by Lednicki. Humphrey misses with that one. Aggies claiming touch, but no touch called.
The second outside hitter position for Texas A&M has been a bit of a question mark this season. Who's starting across from Emily Helmuth? Taylor Humphrey, we've seen her throughout the year, but she's kind of on a short leash. We'll see how much longer they let her stay in.
Perfect pass and set to Logan Lednicki and make it look easy.
And once again, absolutely no block in front of Logan Lednicki. Schmidt gets stuck holding with Casapala, and that's what happens when you have a middle blocker like Afena Casapala. Anytime she goes up, Mississippi State wants to get that double block, but then that leaves Lednicki wide open.
Casapala serving it up for the Aggies. No touch called on that one. Miss hit from Mississippi State. Rebecca Walk misses that one.
And you can see State trying to go at Casapala, who's playing defense after her serve, but she smartly lets that one go.
Here's Casapala again. Another dump. Nice job from Harness, seeing that open spot in the middle of the Aggie court.
Yeah, recognizing that the libero is not on the floor for Texas A&M during that play, hoping that she could put that ball short enough, and she did.
Lednicki off the block. Put a block up, don't put a block up. She still finds a way to get the kill.
Exactly. This time you do get hands up in front of Lednicki, but she's got such a high approach. You see Schmidt tries to drop that inside hand because the block wasn't closed, but just wasn't enough with that high hit from Lednicki.
Quick to Morgan Perkins. She gets her first kill of the match.
It's a nice job by Ava Underwood. She actually cuts off Helmuth, but you want your libero taking as many balls as they can. Perfect pass, sets up the quick tempo set to Perkins.
Lednicki misses her serve, first missed serve of the match for either team.
Texas A&M leaving Lednicki in the back row, so Maddie Walk will run the 5-1. We've also seen Margot Manning and Atala Pio come in with a 6-2 on occasion, so Texas A&M kind of still working through what that best lineup looks like for them.
Corral Boygovich misses her serve. She's known as an acer for Mississippi State.
Yeah, leads the team in aces coming into this match, and you can see that aggressive serve is why she gets so many aces, but misses that first one.
Ellie Stinson now back for the Aggies. Quick set, Lednicki's there, sends it right back over. They go quick again, tight ball, and Helmuth couldn't do anything with that 1 point Mississippi State.
Some tough swings from State. Yeah, Helmuth just got put way too close to the net. That's a really tough ball. Stinson's just got to take it off a bit.
Here's Yates. Quick to Morgan Perkins. Point, Texas A&M.
Perkins, one of the more efficient hitters on this Texas A&M team, does a nice job getting herself a couple of kills before leaving the rotation.
Big block from Perkins, or from Casapala, I should say. And a miss hit from Shackelford for Mississippi State. Another block, that one goes out of bounds, though. Casapala knows what she did wrong there.
Yeah, timing was just a little off on the block for Texas A&M. So instead of going down and in, that ball goes up and out.
Nice swing from Smith. 2 kills for her now. Emily Helmuth with a big swing for the Aggies. And that takes us to a timeout. We'll take a break. The Aggies leading 14-10 here in set 1 from Reed Arena. We'll be back with the rest right after this.
All right, we got your home and auto bundled, and you saved hundreds.
Just a little error in the stadium in terms of the scoreboard, but they got it figured out. It is 14-10, Texas A&M in the lead.
And that is the media timeout. Nobody called a timeout, so
Right.
both teams do have 2 timeouts left here in this set. But a good chance for, obviously, both coaches to talk to their teams right there, a point early. Julie Darty-Dennis, I'm sure, had some things to say. They've given away a few points, and you're seeing A&M still hitting at a 421, huge number right there. Mississippi State down to a 250 after a few hitting errors. So I'm sure just some of the message is keeping that ball in play, looking for those high hands of the Texas A&M block, trying to go off of the fingertips. Neither team has a block, so nobody's hitting it right into the block, but you're still seeing some hitting errors by the Bulldogs right now.
Maddie Walk will serve it up for the Aggies. There's Schmidt, or Ellie Simpson with the dig, and then Logan Lednicki misses that one deep. No touch called.
Yeah, now a hitting error by Texas A&M. Lednicki's swing just a little bit too flat. Nice swing, aggressive swing as usual, but that one just misses.
Helmuth. Yates is looking a little confused for Mississippi State, trying to figure out where the block is for the Bulldogs.
And Casapala is doing a great job of holding the block in the middle. And so your pin hitters, your right side and your outsides, are getting really wide open looks. And what that does to a defense like Yates, when she doesn't have a block that she can read in front of her, she doesn't know exactly where to go. The block is just as important even when they're not blocking the ball. The position of the block is important for the defenders to work around it.
Net call on Texas A&M, ends that point early. Marissa Smith goes back to serve. Humphrey off the block, Smith is there. 2 swings in a row, but that block goes out. Carly Schmidt using the tool to get the point for the Mississippi State.
Yeah, really nice job by Lednicki and Casapala for Texas A&M, but hands were turned a little out. Schmidt took advantage of it.
Walk, Humphrey off the block. Schmidt with a tip. Lednicki gets it over.
Wow.
Everybody resets. Back row. The rally keeps going. Humphrey pushes it down the line to get the kill. A lot of small ball going on.
Love this shot by Taylor Humphrey. Nice dig by Underwood. It's off, and just a nice push into that deep corner. She knew exactly where she wanted to go with that ball, executed it perfectly.
Aggies up by 3 now here in this first set. Lednicki dug up. Block in the court. First block of the match for Texas A&M.
I love this adjustment by Logan Lednicki, because remember, the last block she had actually went out. See that outside hand turn in just enough, creates that spin back into the center of the court. Really pretty technique right there by Lednicki.
Timeout Mississippi State, as Julie Darty-Dennis wants to talk about what's going on. These two teams, when we said they're close on paper, this is what we mean. When you look at their comparison in the SEC, it's amazing that their records are so different in SEC play. A&M at 6-3 and Mississippi State at 3-5.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at those records and you think that A&M's
Mississippi State trying to climb out of the SEC, I don't want to say cellar, they're not at the bottom, but they're close to it. And they've got to get some streaks going here. They've got 2 wins in a row, as you mentioned in the Open, Chelsea. But they're looking to get more.
Yeah, they won their first SEC match of the season, and then they lost 5 in a row. The month of October was really, really tough on the Bulldogs, and then they were finally able to get that win against Ole Miss, and then they were able to come up with a second win to end the month of October, and so now they're trying to keep that momentum rolling.
Off the block, points, Mississippi State.
It's a great point out of the timeout by Carly Schmidt. Good pass in the back row for State as well. You've got to be able to get that pass up and allow your offense to run smoothly. And then Schmidt coming up with a clutch kill because they definitely needed to get back on the scoreboard, especially out of that timeout. That's exactly what you want.
Maddie Walk, back row attack called on the Texas A&M setter. Quick to Morgan Perkins, nice dig from Harness, and then Schmidt goes cross court. Underwood can't handle it. Point Texas A&M, or point Mississippi State, I should say.
Well, Mississippi State is making the adjustment around this block of Texas A&M. Schmidt goes hard cross on the inside of Perkins, and Underwood unable to come up with a dig. That's a beautiful swing right there by Schmidt.
Lednicki in, point Texas A&M.
Lednicki was a little quiet on Friday against Alabama, but she is coming out strong today against State. That's a beautiful cross-court shot right on the line.
Low set, but somehow Mississippi State, Rebecca Walk finds a way to get that one over. Corral Blagojevich with the serve. There's a block on Morgan Perkins. Another block on Taylor Humphrey, and then Maddie Walk says, I'll just send it over myself. And it hits the net. Back row from Helmet, dug up. Harness is there. That one was out. Helmuth knows she probably should have let that one go.
Both teams playing some impressive defense right now. Mississippi State a little bit cleaner. Those digs are getting to the setter, so she's able to run the offense. A&M doing a nice job of trying to prevent the kill, but Bulldogs have gotten themselves right back into this set.
Overpass taken care of by Rebecca Walk. So Mississippi State now goes up by 1. It's Texas A&M's turn for a timeout. So Chelsea mentioned it earlier, but Mississippi State has had an interesting season so far. It's been a bit of an up and down year for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 0-2 against top 25 teams, and they had a great start, 6-match win streak in September, but I mentioned October, 5 straight losses until they were able to beat Ole Miss and Arkansas to end the month. So they are on a win streak, and you can see the
timeout from A&M to talk about what they need to do and to maybe break the serve up of Corral Blagojevich. She's got some aces to her name this season. Lednicki ends that serve run. Down the line kill for the junior.
I think they're gonna say Logan Lednicki might have been back row. Yes, that is going to be the call. So Logan Lednicki is back row, and if her foot touches the 10-foot line before, or crosses it before she takes off, and we'll take a look and see the replay right here. I knew it was gonna be close. Oh yeah,
she did.
Definitely over the 10-foot line, so that is considered a back row attack, and that will be a violation against Texas A&M.
So A&M does make the change and pulls Lednicki out of the back row to bring in Margot Manning to set and Ital Lupio to play the front row.
Lupio brings in a huge block.
Humphrey with the tip, rejected. Tight ball for Lupio, but she reaches across and grabs that one somehow and sends it over the net.
This is an incredibly smart play by Lupio. She is 6'6", so she has the reach, but watch how close this set, it's basically over the net. And instead of trying to crank it, she just barely touches it just enough to get it over. Really smart play right there.
Manning pushes it out to Helmuth. And Mississippi State smartly uses the Aggie block to get another point. Rebecca Walk. Third kill of the match for her. Helmuth powers through to get the point back for Texas A&M.
It's a big point right there for Texas A&M when they really needed. Margot Manning sets a very quick tempo ball. This one works as Helmuth is able to see that seam in the block and take advantage of it.
Here's Underwood. Casapala sets it up. High to Helmuth, off the block. And Casapala just as excited as Emily Helmuth.
Casapala has good hands, but she sets the ball very high, which is much different than what you're gonna get from your setter. So give Helmuth credit. She really had to wait on that ball, and if anything, was hitting it on the way down, but managed to get the tool.
Ties broken by missed serve from Texas A&M. So the Bulldogs go up by 1 again.
And the good news is if you miss a serve but you remain in the game like Ava Underwood is, you can immediately make it up by getting a good pass on this ball. It's always tough when you miss and then you have to leave the game and sit on the bench and think about it for a while.
Casapala with a big swing. Mississippi State defense is there. And then Kaylin Newsome coming through for the Bulldogs. Timeout, Texas A&M.
It's a huge swing by Newsome, Casey, because you have a very big block with Casapala and Lupio in front of you, and she was able to get right through it.
Newsome with 3 kills in this match, along with Arissa Smith. Carly Schmidt with 4. Kaylin Newsome is an interesting story for Mississippi State. She's kind of a traveling soul, I guess you could say, in terms of her volleyball career.
Yeah, started her career at Southeastern Louisiana. Sophomore year, actually played at Wichita State, then transferred back to Southeastern Louisiana. Had a very good career there for the remaining, I guess, undergrad portion of her career. 2022 first team All-Southland.
One of their go-to players.
You mentioned 3 kills, Casey, and she's hitting 500. Very efficient numbers. They haven't been able to get her the ball all that much tonight. That was only her 6th swing on the day. So I definitely expect Mississippi State to try to feed Newsome a little bit more.
Meanwhile, the Aggies trying to come from behind here. A familiar place from Friday against Alabama. The same thing happened in set 1. Here's Mary Neal. Casapala takes it. And then Helmuth is blocked right back into the deep part of the Aggie court. Huge block from Arissa Smith.
Clutch block right there by Mississippi State to bring it to set point. Maddie Walk and Logan Lednicki back in the game for Texas A&M.
Helmuth pushes it down. Mississippi State comes up with a dig. Lanicki pushes it across. Tight ball. Stinson can't handle it, and Mississippi State will take the first set, 25-21.
Hey, I give Mississippi State credit. They were down. A&M looked like they were rolling, and the Bulldogs called a timeout, came out of that, got back in this game, and they take the first one on the road.
And Mississippi State, I wouldn't say dominated, but they made some key plays at crucial moments. We'll see if they can do the same in set 2 when we come back to Reed Arena right after this.
Let's review. We're not going to talk about traffic or weather. If anyone brings up lawn care,
Harness pushes it back. Second time we've seen Shackelford from the right side tonight.
And if you're State, you want to just come out ripping right from the start.
Morgan Perkins straight through the block to get the kill. There's a block from Casopala. Helmuth right at Yates. Point, Texas A&M.
Emily Helmuth has continued to get better as the season progresses, Casey. This is such a nice swing off of a bump set from behind her. Hard cross, really aggressive arm swing. She's a lot of fun to watch.
You mentioned her 14 kills in the win over Alabama on Friday. And that was a gritty win by Texas A&M is what she called it at the end. There's a block from Emily Helmuth.
And that's what you love when you can get it done on offense and defense. Helmuth and Casapala able to close up, but Helmuth just straight down as Shackelford hits it right into her hands.
Kayla Newsom with the kill.
And when Maddie Walk is in the front row, she puts up a good block, but she is still going to be one of the least effective blockers on this team. And so you want to go for her. You don't want to go at Casapala, who's the best blocker on this team. You want to go at Maddie Walk, and that's exactly what Newsom was able to do.
Newsom pushes it down the line. Stinson is there for the Aggies. And then Casapala kind of standing at the net already and just jumps up and sends this one across.
Yeah, I actually love that decision by Maddie Walk because I don't think anyone really expected this to go to Casapala. She wasn't in position. Because of that, the block gets up but isn't really in place, and she's able to go right in between the two defenders.
Hard hit from Newsom. Helmuth returns the favor. Bulldogs with a dig. Emily Helmuth.
Great up
sends
by
it.
Yates.
Yes. That's going to be one says in, one says out. Julie Darty-Dennis already has the challenge card. I thought somebody hit the net in the middle of that play. I'm surprised that nobody else caught that unless that's what she's challenging. We'll find out.
That's true. That's a good point.
The ball was out. Mississippi State is challenging that the ball was in.
Does say that Mississippi State is challenging the ball was in. The initial ruling was out. Ooh, close.
Very close. Looks like it may catch part of the line. Yeah, it does.
That's a great look right there by the Hawkeye system.
Reverse.
So good challenge
Mississippi
from
State will keep their
Julie Darty-Dennis.
Also one of the quickest challenges
Yes.
we have had all year, which you gotta love, because you love the challenge play, like you love the ability for the coaches to call the challenges, but when they take more than 2 or 3 minutes, it just really slows down the game. So you love when you can call that challenge, get it taken care of quickly, and it was pretty obvious from that shot that that ball was in. So great challenge right there by Darty Dennis, and she'll retain, I should say, her 2 challenges.
Walk with a one-handed set, and Mississippi State. Smith was all over that.
Yeah, really nice job by Arissa Smith in the middle. She stays with Casapala, and it's a one-handed good set. It's just so tight, really had nowhere else to go.
Newsom sells this serve out, and it gives the point right back to the Aggies. Only the second missed serve for Mississippi State here in this match. Both teams serving very efficiently. Nikki. Nikki again. This time she uses the block to get the kill. Five kills now for Logan Lednicki. Helmuth misses her serve. Arissa Smith back to serve now for the Bulldogs. Lednicki. Again, doesn't matter if there's a block in front of her or not. She saw a hole there and took advantage of it.
And Casey, she absolutely crushes this ball. Nice pass from Underwood and goes really on the outside of Schmidt, who gets the block up, but no shot right there against Lednicki.
Casapala with a serve now for the Aggies. Out, Mississippi State takes care of that one pretty quickly as Rebecca Walk gets her 4th kill.
You know, Casapala has not been serving much this season, and really last game they started letting her, and she put some mustard on that ball, but a nice pass by State to set up the walk kill. Really good job by the Bulldogs to get out of that rotation.
Logan Lednicki unloads on that ball and gets the point back for the Aggies.
Well, McKenna Yates is a very good libero, but she can't do anything with this ball. She's in the right spot, but it is just coming so hard and fast, she can't get her platform under it in time.
Lednicki will take a seat as Margot Manning comes in to serve. She'll miss that one. She and Atalupia will stay in.
Yeah, so A&M back to the 6-2 with Manning at the setter position and Lapio as the right side.
Don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up.
Blagojevich. Serve taken care of by Underwood. Nice job by number 2 in white for the Aggies.
Lapio, the red shirt sophomore, has done a nice job of being really smart with her shots. Decides not to take the swing, tips, but pushes it down with her height. She's able to do that, and it just becomes a tough ball to defend. Good placement.
Ellie Stinson misses her serve, and since I said there's been serving efficiently, there's been 2 missed serves.
Yeah, and this is what we've seen with Texas A&M all season long, and sometimes they start to snowball, and it just gets tough to create any momentum on your side when you get the serve and then you miss it right away.
Another tip for the kill for Texas A&M.
It doesn't always have to be hard and flashy for it to be a point.
Helmet blocked. Looks like Shackelford got that one for the Bulldogs.
I'd like to see Manning set this ball a little higher. It's just, and I love the tempo, right? But it's so low that Helmuth just can't use her athleticism to get up there. She actually gets a little handcuffed and has to just push that ball as much as she can, and it goes right into the block.
Helmuth that time finds success.
And this is what I'm talking about. So watch this set compared to the last one. This ball's a little bit higher. It really lets Helmuth get up there and get a full extended arm swing on the kill. It's a little bit off, but that's okay. It gives her that trajectory that she needs to use all of her power. Nice adjustment by Margot Manning.
Quick set, tipped over. Helmuth denied. Casapala tips it over. Here's Newsom, blocked out, point Mississippi State.
And when you decide to be the more aggressive player like Newsom was in that play and just let it rip, you're gonna be rewarded a lot of the time. She goes into the block, but because of that power, it ends up going out and she gets the point.
Emily Helmuth from the right side sends it down. 9 kills now for Emily Helmuth.
Returning for Texas A&M, number 11.
Lednicki and Underwood. Great. The Bulldogs pay for that dump on setter dump from Harness.
Well, Maddie Walk finally reads it. She's able to get it up, and then they get the ball to Lednicki. A beautiful deep ball that she hits right on the perimeter. That's a great shot, but it starts with the dig from Maddie Walk. Nice heads-up play. Way to read that dump that Harness has had success with tonight.
Schmidt goes through the block to get the point for the Bulldogs.
Schmidt has been able to answer all day against Texas A&M. As soon as the Aggies get a point, it seems like Schmidt is able to get up there and get that ball right back for State.
Lednicki off the block. Ball goes outside the antenna off the block.
Well, and that's so big. State was able to get that slowdown off the Lednicki swing, and then they're able to set up their own offense. Schmidt with another aggressive swing on the outside.
Marissa Smith serves it up. Schmidt's blocked. Newsom pops it up. Back to the Aggies. Here comes Lednicki again off the block.
Another good slowdown.
Quick set, Underwood is there. Back row from Emily Helmuth, who misses the angle on that one and sends it wide. Tied at 13 now.
Texas A&M is swinging well, but it's when they're out of system and they're deciding to tip. It's going right to Mississippi State defenders, and so State isn't having any issues running their own offense. I'd like the Aggies get those tips a little bit just better placed. Or you can do that.
Just give it to Logan Lednicki and she'll take care of it for you.
Well, the State's doing a good job of slowing her down. This one, not so much. This is just a good swing, great pass to start things off, goes down the line and gets it to go right past Mary Neal. So a good swing, but overall, I think Mississippi State's doing a pretty good job so far of containing Lednicki.
Ace for Finna Casapala. And that takes us to the 15-point media timeout. A&M with a 2-point lead here, trying to come back. We'll see what happens with the rest of set 2 after that.
No flex, zone. No flex, zone. They know better. They know better.
Get the boneless meal deal only at Wingstop.
Money is tight, so we must make.
Back at Reed Arena, it's Texas A&M holding on to a slim lead here in set number 2. There you see the hitting percentages for both teams. A&M hitting at .375 in this set, Mississippi State 273, both good numbers.
Yes, very good numbers. The offenses are doing well. Total hitting percentage over the whole match. Mississippi State has just a bit of an edge, but Texas A&M right now with the lead. This is what we saw in the first set, Casey. Texas A&M had the lead, and then Mississippi State ended up being able to come back and taking over and winning that. So can the Aggies hold on?
Casapala with another tough serve. Then the Aggie block is there, but they miss the court. Point Mississippi State.
Carly Schmidt is doing a really nice job of, one, not being afraid of the block in front of her, and two, swinging in a way that creates that angle. So even when she hits into the block, it's going out some of the time, and she's able to get the kill.
Lednicki blocked. Point Aggies as the ball lands out of bounds.
Yeah, block was just a little too soft for Mississippi State, and so that power behind Lednicki's swing ended it to where it ended up on State side.
So Margot Manning comes back into serve and set for the Aggies. Off the block for the kill. Another tip from A&M that goes right to the defense.
Yeah, Taylor Humphrey has to figure out a better place to put that ball. It ends up being a free ball for Mississippi State, and they take advantage of it and get the kill.
Rebecca Walk, 5 kills now for her. Got a touch called on that one. Point, Texas A&M.
That's a great swing by Humphrey because she sees that block and just goes high off the fingertips. Nice job to get that one back after the last tip.
Quick set to Walk. She puts it down on the court for the kill.
Well, we talked about Arissa Smith at the beginning of this match, but Rebecca Walk, don't sleep on her. She has come up some really strong swings here for State.
Transfer from South Alabama, graduate student. That's in for an ace for the Bulldogs.
Thought Coach Morrison might decide to challenge, but thinks better of it. So an ace will stand for Yates.
Helmuth is blocked right back. That's Shackelford and Smith teaming up.
The quick tempo set from Manning, it just, again, it doesn't give Helmuth enough. She's having to reach out in front of her because that set is dying inside, so she's not able to do anything that she wants with it. She really only has one option. That's directly in front of her, right into the Mississippi State block.
Carly Schmidt for Mississippi State, been getting it done for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, she's been a lot of fun to watch today. 7 kills, and she's doing it in different ways. I mean, there's a big block in front of her, and she's finding a way to go around it, over it. Even when she goes in it, she's able to get the tools. Nice job right there. Again, and she's getting it done. 316, that's a great hitting percentage for an outside hitter.
6'1" graduate student, transferred in from Kansas. Pretty big career there for the Jayhawks.
There are 5 graduate students on this roster. I mean, this is a Mississippi State team with a ton of experience, and even if they haven't played at State their entire career, they come in with a lot of playing minutes under their belt, and that is going to translate to mature, smart decisions on the court.
And that's what we're seeing from Carly Schmidt and the rest of the Bulldogs today as they go up 1-0 and now lead here in the second set, 18-17. A&M called a timeout. McKenna Yates will serve it for the Bulldogs. Overpass coming. Arissa Smith says, thank you very much.
Yeah, so this won't go down as an ace, but you give credit to the server because that overpass leads to the smash from Smith.
A&M making a change, bringing Lednicki and Walk back into the match.
Yeah, the Aggies still trying to figure out what that ideal lineup looks like.
Harness on the slide to Shackelford. Little confusion. Ava Underwood almost soccer balled that ball over the net.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate. It shouldn't have come to that because her dig was nice and high, but Ellie Stinson kind of got caught up behind her, tried to alert Helmet that she wasn't going to get there, and then because of the confusion, there wasn't a great second contact.
Another timeout here, this time from Texas A&M. Use their second timeout.
Yeah, the Aggies are just trying to figure out what's going on. They've had the lead in both sets, and then Mississippi State has been able to just kind of stay calm and collected, make the comeback, and then won the first set, and now they're looking like they might take set number 2.
Logan Lednicki, the opposite for the Aggies, another double-digit kill match for her.
Yeah, well, she's somebody that we've been talking about since the beginning of the season. She has consistently been the go-to for the Aggies. And when Texas A&M passes well, they're able to hold that middle block. Check this out. She has had more times, which takes her out of the back row. Right now, she's in it, though. 10 kills again today, hitting 400. It's a great number.
The Aggies down by 3 here in set number 2, trying to avoid going down 2 sets to none here to the visiting Mississippi State Bulldogs.
Yeah, this would be a huge win for State if they could go up 2-0 on the road.
Here's Helmuth. She tips it over and it's rejected. The tip continues not to work for the Aggies.
Yeah, Helmuth just doesn't put enough behind this tip, and Shackelford, so much athleticism, able to stay up in the air, sees that tip and just shuts it right down.
Missed timing there on the quick set to Perkins. Lednicki blocked, and it lands in. Point Mississippi State.
What an answer by Mississippi State. This is a back row attack by Lednicki. They're able to set it up perfectly and keep that ball in. Nice job by Newsom.
Newsom. And Walk comes down a little awkwardly, gets up gingerly, but I think she's okay. She slipped on the court.
Yeah, Mississippi State taking full advantage of that free ball that A&M gave to them. The kill from Newsom.
2 points away now from going up 2 sets to none here on the road. Helmuth gets the kill.
Clutch swing right there by Emily Helmuth. Texas A&M absolutely needed to stop the bleeding. Now can they find a way to recover this deficit?
10 kills now for Helmuth. Helmuth off the block. Yates punches it out. Free ball coming now for the Aggies. Helmuth mishits that one. No touch called. Mississippi State is saying no, they didn't touch it. Another challenge coming, I think, from Mississippi State.
Yeah, well, Coach Darty Dennis won her first challenge, so she does have 2 left. I like this call right here. If I'm Mississippi State, that ball looked pretty high, and they're going to want to take another look at it to see if it did, in fact, go off the block.
Out or no touch. Mississippi State is challenging that there was a touch on the block.
Okay, so Mississippi State is challenging that there was no touch on the block.
Yeah, I think she said that backwards.
Yeah.
The call was there was a touch on the block, and Mississippi State is challenging that there was not a touch on the block.
Don't see a touch unless that ring and middle finger.
Yeah,
Shackelford hits it. Quick decision.
After review, there was no touch on the block. The call will be reversed, and Mississippi State will retain their challenge.
That's a huge point because it takes Mississippi State now with that call being reversed to set point.
Yeah, and that's why I think that's a great time to call the challenge by Coach Darty Dennis. She wins another challenge, which means she still gets to keep it. So now she still has her 2 challenges in her book, and Mississippi State has set point.
Okay, so Jamie Morrison asked if he could challenge a challenge or another point in that call, and he is. He is challenging as well on that point. We'll see what he is asking to have a look at.
And then this is obviously legal. You can challenge something else in the play.
Texas A&M is now challenging the previous play to determine whether the ball touched the antenna previously in the point.
Texas A&M is challenging that earlier in the play, the ball or the player touched the antenna.
Okay, so Jamie Morrison is challenging that a ball or the player touch the antenna.
And I remember it earlier, and I want to say it was Newsome who saved a ball over near the antenna on the far side from us, so on the left side for Mississippi State. Now, she did kind of bump into the pole in the net, but if you're on the outside of the antenna, that's okay. But I'm interested to see and take another look at it once they find it.
So the official is explaining to the replay official.
After further review, the player or the ball did not touch the antenna earlier in the play. Texas A&M will lose their challenge, and the point will stay with Mississippi State.
Here's a look at it as you hear the official tell us that there was no antenna touch.
Yeah, so I was right. Newsome is able to save that ball. Ball doesn't touch the antenna, and then when she does make contact, she's actually outside of the antenna, which is legal. Okay, so because of that, Texas A&M will lose their challenge. So now they will only have 1 for the rest of the match.
Set point now for Mississippi State after a long break for a couple challenge reviews in that point. Mary Neal will serve it up for the Bulldogs. Helmuth with a tip. And that time she's blocked. Point, Bulldogs. And it's the Bulldog block that's taking control, Chelsea, 25-18, set 2.
Yeah, Casey, they had 6 blocks in this set. Did a great job of shutting down that Texas A&M offense.
They attacked well as well. 2-0, Mississippi State leads here at Reed Arena.
No flex, zone. No flex, zone.
What happens here in set 3?
Well, they immediately keep going to Casapala, and the play continues, and they go back to Casapala. I think everybody thought the play was initially over, but it was a dig off a back.
This was wild, off the shin, and then Shackelford, she's actually holding her hand because that ball went off. They go back to Casapala, who is able to finish the play, but man, what a save there by the Bulldogs.
Newsome gets a little help from the net for the kill.
Now, I don't know how that ball stays in, but it rolled just along the net, took a pretty big bounce, and still found a way to stay in the court.
Mary Neal back to serve now for the Bulldogs.
Point, Bulldogs.
Another point for Mississippi State.
If Texas A&M wants any shot at winning this set, they have to clean up the passing. You can't get aced on a ball like that. Underwood understands. She'll be able to make this adjustment.
Dickey pushes that over. And Mississippi State smartly sends it right back to the Aggie side.
again, Texas A&M, the setters are struggling right now to get the hitters something they can work with. That set to Lednicki was just too low and too tight, forced the tip, and Mississippi State was all over it.
Lednicki will get another shot there, another tight set that she could do nothing with. Point Mississippi State, and the Bulldogs go up 4-1 here early on in set number 3.
And that set was higher, but I think Lednicki then approached too early and the timing was off.
Humphrey with a big shot. Casapala goes up. Timing was a little off, but still managed to find the court.
Yeah, those are tough. They're so high, and you want to get up there and crush it. Her timing was a little off, but I love that she was still able to make a positive play, went off the block, got the kill.
Casapala a little too much on that one, misses her serve. Carly Schmidt back in the game for the Bulldogs. They're leading.
Another good
hitter.
slowdown.
Yep. That time Humphrey takes advantage of a bad block for Mississippi State, gets the kill.
A very quick tempo set, but I love that Taylor Humphrey speeds up her arm swing and just slashes it right off that block. And when you've got CeCe Harness out there, she's only 5'8". Ton of athleticism, don't get me wrong, but when you're running a 5'1" with a setter that short, the other side, as an outside hitter, you have to take advantage of that.
Here's Lednicki. Schmidt, no problem. Cross-court shot. Carly Schmidt, 8 kills now for her.
Oh, Morgan Perkins gets stuck going up with the setter. Nice jump set by Harness. That leaves a split in the block. Honestly, that didn't even make that much of a difference because I think Schmidt just did a nice job of going up high and hitting deep.
Perkins pushes it over and gets the kill.
That is a smart, aggressive tip. So when we're talking about being smarter and more aggressive with the tips, you want to still go up and push that ball down, place it where there isn't a defender. That's a nice job by Perkins.
Ellie Stenson now starts it up for the Aggies. Schmidt, no touch called, mishits that one. Point, Texas A&M.
Coach Darty Dennis asking Schmidt if she thought there was a touch, but she said no. She knows she mishit that one, just got a little under it.
This time she hits it just perfectly and finds the open spot in the court.
Love this adjustment, and I love that Harness decides to go back to Schmidt after the hitting error. Not much of an option because the pass was a little off, but even more impressive of a swing. That ball's coming from behind her, and she's still able to turn her body and go down the line.
Lednicki, plenty of time that time to get a big swing for the Aggies.
And that's a big plus when you leave Lednicki in the back row. She still stays an offensive weapon even from the back. And so I think that's why we're going to see Texas A&M probably trying to hang on to this 5-1 longer and not going back to Manning and Lepeau.
Helmet finds the kill for the Aggies. Ties it up at 7.
It's a really nice dig by Ellie Stinson. She places herself perfectly. They've started kind of creeping over to the line because that's where Schmidt's going. Sets up a really nice set from Walk, an aggressive swing from Helmuth.
That's out. Point, Texas A&M, and Julie Darty Dennis has the challenge card.
Mississippi State players on the court very adamant that that ball was in. And Darty Dennis, because she's been successful with the challenges tonight, she still has both remaining.
The original call was out. Mississippi State is challenging that the ball was in.
So we'll take a look at the replay here and get a view of what they're looking for. Again, the initial ruling was that that swing from Mississippi State was out. She immediately went to the table, Julie Darty-Dennis, and challenged it. Yeah, it's in.
Ball's in.
After review, the ball was in. Mississippi State will retain the challenge and get the point.
So 3 for 3 on the day. Coach Darty-Dennis has done an excellent job using those challenges.
After ruling the report said the ball was hit. Point Bulldogs. Into the match for Mississippi State, number 10, Haley Corral.
So that flip-flops the score now. Mississippi State up 8-7.
Tough server with Corral Blagojevich. Transfer from Oklahoma.
Helmuth takes it. And a miss hit, or miss set, I should say, but Logan Lednicki will send it over for the Aggies. Pasapala goes up. Touch called, point, Texas A&M.
Yeah, after the misconnection between Walk and Casapala earlier in the rally, they were able to get that one. Looked good, nice swing off the defender for Mississippi State.
Newsome gets the kill for the Bulldogs. Another one for Kaylin Newsome, 10 now for her tonight.
Yeah, the outsides for Mississippi State have been very efficient today. 10 for Newsome, 9 for Schmidt, getting work done on that outside pin.
Lednicki's blocked. Bad serve receive for the Aggies.
Man, what a block by the Bulldogs. I mean, that's a ball that Lednicki still has a chance at and just tips it right into the heart of the block.
Free ball coming now for the Aggies. Walk. Casapala sees an open spot on the court and puts it down for the kill. Arissa Smith now for Mississippi State. 9 kills, 9 blocks tonight, I should say, which is a career high for her.
Yeah, just an excellent, excellent day for the young middle blocker. Only a sophomore. She's got a really bright future ahead of her. That last point was a nice tip by Casapala, and because of the blocking with Arissa Smith, 9 on the day, Texas A&M hitters are really having to think about what their next shot is going to look like, and that's why you're seeing more tipping and just a little bit more reservation from these Texas A&M hitters.
Lednicki sends this one back in. Free ball coming now for Mississippi State. Harness, quick to the middle to Smith. Lednicki hits that one off the block. We'll get another shot at that one. Sends it down to the courts.
And I think Coach Darty-Dennis is going to call a challenge, not on that play right there that you saw in the beginning. Did it cross the net? Beautiful swing by Lednicki. Nice assist by Casapala if that stands. But they're going to say that the first swing from Lednicki, or they're going to ask to look at, the first swing from Lednicki, did that ball even cross the net?
The
original call was a touch off the block. Mississippi State is challenging that there was 4 contacts, no touch by the block.
Yeah, that's tough. Live, and we're right next to it, Casey. Live, I did not think there was a touch.
I didn't either.
And but see right there, that forearm. I think this could be the first challenge that Coach Darty-Dennis doesn't win today. I like the call, I like the challenge, because I think Mississippi State players don't feel like they blocked that ball. But if any part of that forearm makes contact, I do think you have to say that that ball's still live.
This challenge taking a little bit longer than the previous ones did.
do love that the officials have the ability to communicate with one another.
If this is overturned, it will just be a replay, correct?
No, A&M would lose the point.
Okay, well, I'm trying to figure out.
Because that would be 4 contacts, and so.
Okay.
Yeah, if in fact they say that Mississippi State did not touch the ball, then it would be 4 contacts, and it would be a hitting error by Logan Lednicki and a point
After
for Mississippi
review,
State.
there was 4 contacts. The call will be reversed, and it will be Mississippi State's point.
So they didn't think that the ball touched her forearm like we did?
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there would be enough evidence, but there was for them, and so Mississippi State again wins a 4th challenge today. Props to Coach Darty Dennis. Jamie Morrison saying, we looked at it, they showed it in here on the Jumbotron, we all saw it. He's thinking that kind of what we saw, that there was still some kind of contact with the forearm.
We have oil money.
The Texas.
Lednicki, that ball, no question, cleared the net that time for Logan Lednicki.
Yeah, a little frustration coming out of Lednicki and Texas A&M on this swing. Wow, wow, wow. Just beats Newsom to the outside, absolutely crushes that ball. Yates has no shot at digging it.
12 kills now for Lednicki. Newsom tips it over. Walk scrambles to get it. That goes off the block of Morgan Perkins. Point, Mississippi State.
Of note, Lexi Gwynn in the game for Taylor Humphrey as the outside hitter for Texas A&M.
Service error from Mississippi State.
And Texas A&M has to take advantage. Like, this is it. You can't keep kind of stalling and waiting and seeing if Mississippi State is going to make some errors. You have to take control right here if you're the Aggies and you want to take this set.
There's a block from Perkins. That's going to be a point. Nice hit from Schmidt for the Bulldogs.
This is such a great ball that Schmidt has been hitting. Does a nice job of recovering after the block and then just going deep into that back corner. Such a difficult ball to defend, and she has been able to hit it consistently today.
Gwynn tips it over. Here's Schmidt. Same spot, same result. Point, Mississippi State.
And really, you're just going to have to defensively get over there. Helmuth right now talking to Coach Morrison, asking, is that where I need to be? Because it's not about the block. Schmidt's going up and over the block and just hitting that deep perimeter ball.
Miss hit from Gwynn gives an ace to the Bulldogs. And that takes us to the 15-point timeout. It's been all Mississippi State here in set number 3, looking for the sweep. We'll see if they can do it when we come back to Reed Arena right after this.
Hey. No flex, zone. Hey. Hey. No flex, zone. They know better. They know better.
Get the boneless meal deal only at Wingstop.
All right, we got your home and auto bundled.
Back at Reed Arena in Bryan College Station, Texas, as the Aggies find themselves trailing at home to Mississippi State right now, 15-11 in set number 3. Through 4 sets, halfway through the third set, I should say. Mississippi State and Texas A&M are tied in kills, but it's that efficiency that really has been the thing, and the ball.
Absolutely, they've done a great job at slowing down this A&M offense.
Miss hit from Morgan Perkins.
And that doesn't go down as a block, but you know that that's what Perkins is thinking. When she goes up to swing, she realizes there's going to be a block in front of her, so she tries to go around it and then ends up missing. So even when the block isn't technically doing anything, it's still doing something.
Another service error from Lexi Gwynn, and she's going to come out. Taylor Humphrey's going to come back in and pass.
Yeah, Texas A&M still looking for an answer in that second outside hitter position. And unfortunately for Gwynn, just couldn't get the pass going in that rotation.
Lednicki off the set from Underwood, off the block, smart play from Logan. Point Texas A&M.
Texas A&M needs a little bit of a run right here to get back in this set.
Schmidt goes over the block, and Underwood misses the dig. Things are just falling apart now for the Aggies.
I think Mississippi State is just controlling their own destiny, too. You've got Carly Schmidt, who's doing a great job hitting those deep perimeter balls. You know, maybe Underwood lets that ball go, but because of her ability, Schmidt's ability to hit that deep ball, she decides to play it, and it's just too high for her to control.
Helmuth goes off the block to get the kill back for the Aggies.
And that's a good swing by Emily Helmuth on the outside, gets a nice set that she's able to do something with, uses the hole in the block to her advantage.
Tip over the block, net call on Emily Helmuth. Ends the point for Texas A&M. The point goes to the Bulldogs.
And I think we'll have a challenge here. Casapala saying she did not touch that swing, but maybe Coach Morrison deciding to hold on to his last challenge. She only has one more left. Little surprise there that he doesn't use it.
He changed his mind.
Because there was a swing earlier in the play, and it didn't look like Casapala made contact on the block. Didn't look like it cleared the net.
Shackelford blocked. Harness pops it up. Here's Newsome, way out, no touch. Point Texas A&M.
Yeah, that set took Newsome just a little bit far outside, and she's letting it rip. I give her that, but hitting error right there. Can Texas A&M capitalize?
Lednicki off of bump sets. No touch called, but Jamie Morrison is going to challenge that there was a touch.
And I like this challenge, Casey, because even if you're not sure, you've got to figure out something right now. Mississippi State 5 points away from sweeping you at home. Logan Lednicki on the swing, thought she heard a touch, thought she saw a touch, and coach is gonna throw up the challenge card and see what they can see.
Original call was out or no touch. Texas A&M is challenging that there was a touch on the block.
Okay. So another challenge. Here's a look at it from their version of what they have to look at.
Definitely looks like it could be touching a fingertip right there.
But it's not inconclusive, right?
I don't see a finger go backwards, and I think
challenge. Here's a look at it from their version of what they have to look at.
Definitely looks like it could be touching a fingertip right there.
But it's not inconclusive, right?
I don't see a finger go backwards, and I think that's a lot of times what they look for. And check out this look, it's almost even better. Newsome, her right hand goes forward. I don't see it actually make contact with the ball, and I don't see, maybe a little bit of movement right there on the fingertip, but I don't know if it's enough to overturn the call.
But Lednicki probably hurt a fingernail, catch the ball, and that's why she's adamant about the touch. The ball does change spin a little bit, but again, is that enough? We'll find out here in just a minute.
After further review, the ball was out. There was no touch. The point will stay with Mississippi State, and Texas A&M will lose their challenge.
His last challenge, he's out of them unless we go to a fifth set, and then he would get one back.
So Coach Morrison 0 for 2 on the day with challenges. Coach Darty Dennis 4 for 4 on her challenge calls and keeps the 2. If Texas A&M were to come back, win this set, and win the 4th, Coach Morrison would get another additional challenge in the 5th set.
Smart play from the Aggies, letting that one go out.
And right here, this is where you've got to figure something out if you're Texas A&M. If you're Mississippi State, you do not want to let the Aggies get back into this. You're looking for those 5 points any way you can get them.
Emily Helmuth with the serve. Here's Newsom. Underwood is there. Humphrey off the block. Nice defense from Mississippi State to keep this one going. Lednicki off the block. Yates is there, but it sends it backwards. Point Texas A&M.
Really nice defense by Mississippi State, but Logan Lednicki able to come up with the line shot right here. Yates gets a touch, but just isn't able to keep that ball in front of her and in play. Newsom a little bit late. She was floating. She got a touch on the hands, but the block wasn't solid.
Helmuth again with a serve. Here's Newsom, early approach. Sends it over. Lednicki will send it over. And a quick set. I thought it was too low, but somehow every time it seems too low, Arissa Smith finds a way to get it over.
It's all about that arm swing, really, really fast arm swing by Smith, and so she's able to make that adjustment, even if it's a little low, just quick. It doesn't have to be super hard, it just has to be fast.
Lednicki, cross court. Perfect pass from Mississippi State. Back row attack from Helmuth. Smart play from Emily Helmuth to send that ball over. I think Mississippi State thought they'd be getting a free ball.
Yeah, really, really tough just effort by Texas A&M right there. That is a ball at play that you really just thought was the end of it, and like you said, might end up being a free ball, but nice aggressiveness there by Helmuth.
Here's Casopala with a serve. Bad miss for the Aggies. Inopportune moment to miss your serve if you're Texas A&M.
She's been really good all day, and again, has not seen a lot of serving time this season. Has done a nice job today, but that is just a really, as you mentioned, Casey, inopportune time, especially with the lead that Mississippi State has.
Walk on the run. Here's Humphrey with a swing into the net. Point Mississippi State, and the Bulldogs are 2 points away now from sweeping the Aggies on the road.
We'll see another sub for Texas A&M. Brooke Jeffrey now coming in, so the third outside hitter in that position. Coach Morrison just looking for something.
Trying to spark this offense any way he can. They're gonna go right to her on serve. Perfect pass, Lednicki off the block.
The Aggies are making some adjustments, but is it too little too late? Mississippi State only 2 points away.
Gonna bring the big block in now are the Aggies. As Ital Lupio and Margot Manning come in.
Lupio has not registered a block on the day, but definitely has the ability to shut down that outside attack. We'll see what she can do.
They go cross cut, Underwood is there, but then an overpass, and Schmidt right back to the net, and it's going to be match point now for Mississippi State.
Well, Schmidt did a great job of going cross court, avoiding the big block, got the dig, but came right back over and put it back down. Great effort right there by Carly Schmidt.
Another overpass, and Mississippi State comes in to Reed Arena and gets the three-set sweep over the Aggies, 25-18 in set 3.
Well, Mississippi State extends their match win to 3. I should say, their streak, and you can see why. They are starting to figure out the pieces of the puzzle, putting it together. What an incredible performance today by the Bulldogs. Second sweep in SEC play this season, and to do it on the road at Texas A&M, huge win for Coach Julie Darty-Dennis and her team.